If you don't know how to get to the real objection on your sales calls, you'll never be able to consistently close deals. So today, what I'm going to be covering is exactly how to get to the real objection when the seller says, I need to think about it. If you're new to this channel, welcome. And if you're already subscribed, welcome back. You know that all we talk about is how to get wholesaling companies to 100K a month, and then how to get individual sales reps to 100K a month. So that way you can run a multi-7-figure wholesaling business. And what we're going to cover is probably the most important piece of objection handling, because if you can't figure out the real objection, you're never going to understand how to overcome it. So one of the most common objections we get when we start to go through our sales process is, hey, I need to think about it. It all sounds good, but I need to think it over. So I'm going to show you what exactly to do step by step by sharing my screen with this Miro board. The first thing is understand when a seller says I need to think about it, they're not just going, get under their covers, closing their eyes and just thinking about it. There's a valid concern that hasn't been addressed. We're not just going to ask them right off the bat, well, what do you need to think about? Because they're going to get defensive. They're going to say, well, I don't know yet. I still need to think about it. I'm not really sure. So the first thing we need to do is we need to lower the sales resistance. And so the way we do that, seller in blue says, I need to think about it. Us, we're going to be in green. So you say, hey, that's not a problem. It's a huge decision. What we want to do is we want to acknowledge the objection. Yeah, of course you need to think about it. It's a huge decision. That's not a problem at all. Now we want to disarm them. And I'll show you the way we do that is we actually book another call. So we say, when's a good time for us to reconnect? Once you're done thinking it over. The seller will either give you a legitimate time in the next day or so, or they're going to waffle. And what waffling means is they kind of just push you off. And so it might sound something like this. Well, you can call me next week sometime, or call me back whenever. I'll be available whenever you want, right? What that means is they're just pushing you off. They're trying to put up a wall so that way you can't get through. And so you need to be able to disarm that very quickly. And the way we do that is we say, well, I'm not sure I'd randomly be available like that with my schedule. Here's what I could do for you. I could pick a time that works for both of us. That way you're not chasing me down and vice versa. Would that help better if we did that? That's really hard for a seller to push back on that. You say, look, I'm not sure I'd be randomly available if you just want me to call you back. Why don't we pick a time that works for both of us? That way you're not chasing me down and vice versa. What you're doing there is you're increasing your status. You have other people that you're helping and you want to help them as well. So once you do that, you actually go ahead and you book the time on your calendar. We want to send them a calendar invite. If it's on the phone, if it's in person, we're going to put it in our agenda. We're going to make sure that they have it written down too. This is going to sell them that, hey, we're not high pressure here. We're not trying to push you in anything. The only thing that we're doing is we're here to help. Now, once that's booked, this is how you get to the real objection. If you're in person, you start packing up your things. If you've got your little notebook, you're going to start packing it up. You're going to get off the couch. If you're virtual, you're just going to, hey, I've got it in the calendar. I've got it right here. I'm confirmed for 11 o'clock. And then you do this. Oh, and before I go, when you are thinking this over between today and tomorrow, what questions are you going to be running through your head just so I can be better prepared for that next call? Now, it's important how we word that. What questions are you going to be running through your head just so I can be better prepared for that next call? If I don't do it that way, if I just say, hey, just so I'm better prepared, what are you going to be thinking about? I don't know. I still haven't thought about it. But when we say, what questions are you going to be running through your head? It gets them thinking in a different way. Well, I'm probably going to want to know, is this enough money for me to accomplish A, B, and C? I probably want to know if I can get a better offer. I probably want to know if I have to talk to somebody else, if I should list with a realtor. They're going to give you one of the real objections. And one of the most common mistakes I see with some of our students when they're learning objection handling is they try to overcome the wrong objection. So the seller says, oh, well, I want to see if I can get more money. And they start going into like a partner objection. Well, is your partner okay with this? You're in the wrong objection. If you can't learn to identify the objection, you're not going to learn how to overcome it. So we need to be able to get through that by using this think about it objection. So you guys try that out. Let me know in the comments if that allows you to get to the real objection. And I will see you guys on the next video. Bye, everybody.